Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Bowers Tribe Facebook Friends Tour. I'm excited and honored to be with these two amazing women next to me today. This is my 16th interview tour and ninth day. And I'm very excited to be here. I know I say that every interview, but I've known these ladies and have a lot of history here going on, way above and beyond just Diksha and Lightworker stuff. A lot of amazing musicianship and talents going on here. So this is Leraine.
Hey everyone. Hi Chris.
This is Shen.
Hi,
Hi
Shen.
everybody. Hi Chris.
And I got them nailed down for a time frame to come and do this real quick around their busy schedule. These guys are like super always touring either across the US or even in other countries. And so thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule. We're in their amazing backyard, also known as the So Hum Home. We're in front of the sweat lodge that they use behind us, and it's just a really beautiful backyard. And we've had certain events and things here as well. So Leraine, a lot of people already know who you are. They can look you up, they can Google you, they can find out a lot about your music and background and stuff like that. But this tour is not about that. This tour is about allowing people to see and experience and hear a personal side of you. Leraine used to be pretty shy, and some people didn't know that about her. And she's evolved with that as well. But also, over the last couple of years, there's been some changes with different things in loss and growth. And I just wanted you to maybe address and talk about your experiences with that.
Yeah, it's true. I used to be shy. I was the shy one in school, and everyone thought I was stuck up because I was so shy I couldn't hardly smile. Funny, huh? But yeah, life is definitely an experience and a growth. And, personally for me, the last few months have been about the loss of my brother most recently, and my own personal growth through that, and how many gifts have come through that for me personally and for my family of, there's 11 kids, now 10 and one on the other side in the spirit world. And it's been a really beautiful and painful, and it's like everything you could imagine, but much more juicier. It's a personal journey when you lose somebody, and it's really been quite beautiful because my own healing process has been it's cracked my heart open more than I ever thought it could crack. And then to show the love that came from it. And I was just in Mexico for 2 weeks, and being by the ocean was super duper powerful. And just, I was there co-facilitating a retreat that I've done for 5 years, and everybody was in this space of love and nurturing. And so I could literally walk around with tears streaming down my face, and to be able to do that and be held in love and accepted, and nobody needed to know my deep story, was super healing. And to feel so comfortable in vulnerability, I was kind of blown away by myself, and it just cracked me open even more. Just the acceptance and the gifts that have come from loss. It's like the beginning and the end all together,
Well, we're definitely grateful for your experiences of growth and being willing and able to talk a little bit about that. Now, with that transition and different things like that, you had a transition with one of your best buddies, Poochie, man, your little dog that used to snap at everybody. If you've ever been around any of our events, there used to be this little cute dog. You would do big snapping and they got a new one coming.
Now we got a new one. Oh, here she is. This is little Gracie.
And
yes, she's much more friendlier.
We got a new little one. She kind of pretends to snap her ankles, but she's not as serious.
No, she's a lover. Yeah, the funny thing is I lost Poochie about a year ago, around the same time, very close to where I lost my brother, in April it was.
Oh, okay.
And so that was really powerful. And yeah, I don't know, there's just so much to learn from birth and death and how to honor it. And yeah, he's actually buried right over here in front of our fire pit, on the north side of the fire pit for the lodge. And what a good companion. Yeah, I just, animals really don't hold any judgment. They don't have any really opinions. They know what they like lots of food and don't touch me. That was his
Yeah.
deal. But
I know some people like that.
yeah.
Right?
But yeah, I'm really grateful for the four-legged creatures we have in our house. We have the new little Gracie who's running around here, super independent, lovable, wants to play with everybody, loves kids. The kind of the complete opposite of my little man, but similar. There's this underlying thing that I think really it's love that is the basis of everything. But then you have all these different personalities. But when you look underneath, it's like, oh yeah, there's the love. So.
Well, I'm excited to witness and be a part of your experience, Leraine, and I'm very grateful for all the different times we've had, not only personally but musically as well together.
Yeah.
Now these two together are the Maka Mamas, and we're gonna be posting that link below this video after it's done. Now I want to get over here to this side. Now Shen, now music and that type of stuff and experience with Leraine, that's kind of a new thing for you in your experience as far as being in part of musicianship and so forth. But you have a more of a bigger background in other areas, including like what's behind us with the Sweat
Absolutely,
Lodge.
yes.
Would you like to talk a little bit about that and your progression with that?
Yeah, so mostly it's been, my involvement with music has been in ceremony, and we get the opportunity to, and what I've learned is that my belief system, as I've expanded and grown, is that life is a ceremony, and we have these ceremonies of lodge and Sundance and connecting with the earth. It's the rituals, but the life is a ceremony, and the more I can move from that space of knowing that life is a ceremony, that there aren't any mistakes, and I get the opportunity to connect in each and every aspect of my life, that if I can show up from that space, then whatever I'm engaging in, whether it be in ceremony and music in that space, or behind a microphone with Leraine, I'm doing the best that I can. I would not call myself a musician. I'm aspiring to be more musically inclined. I love the vibration and the healing that comes through song and rituals and rites that remind us how sacred this life is. Like with the opportunity to have, which is really emotional for me, to be able to have honored Buddy the way that we did Poochie. And we had an amazing opportunity to honor his life with my grandson here and have him witness this loving, joyful letting go.
Yeah.
I mean, but feel all the raw emotions that were there too. I mean, it was
powerful.
It was super powerful, as my grandson shared with me as we were doing this ceremony for Buddy and honoring his life and giving him sacred space back here. My grandson says to me, "Grandma, it's really good to get to know you."
Oh my gosh. So it was actually the whole experience in transition allowed you to actually connect even deeper on another level that might not have happened without that experience.
Absolutely, yeah. So this,
And vice versa, like both of you guys.
it was
definitely.
really beautiful. We got to share it with friends and
Oh, his aunties, Linda and Mel, were there, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was beautiful to see this little boy witness each one of us say goodbye to Poochie as we're petting him. He's lying on the ground, and we're all sitting around him. And as tears would stream down our face, he'd look at the dog, and then he'd look at us, and he'd be like, and he'd do that with each one of us.
Yeah.
And it was like you could see it was really opening him up on a heart level that didn't need words. We didn't hide anything from him, and when we put him in the earth and we all buried him together, it was really beautiful.
Yeah, so you got to witness his raw, innocent
Yeah,
emotion. Yeah, that's awesome, and which is kind of essentially what we're all trying to get back to as we grow up into society with third dimensional stuff and money and bills and food and rents and all these different things. It's a big distraction to maintain or stay connected with that young innocence that we all are born with.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like what our communities a lot of times is working on getting back to and maintaining consistency, but also doing our best to be functional material in the third dimension while we're here, because this is reality. We don't just ignore it and say, there's no weeds, there's no weeds. There's weeds all around us, but
Our whole yard is weeds.
It's not
Who
that
said
many.
that weeds were bad? God didn't.
We just get to acknowledge it, recognize it, and do our best not to judge it. Now, do you guys still do personal healing sessions when you're not on tour and stuff?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we do.
I offer private individual Reiki sessions that have been fabulous and getting really awesome feedback. And then Leraine and I do sound sessions with
We do sound sessions.
with groups or individuals,
groups
and
or individuals.
families, and we've
Families,
had
yeah.
such awesome connections with everybody, and it's always such a unique experience because everybody has their own spirit guides and ancestors that they work with, and
Yeah.
we treat each session, like the sacred ceremony that life is, and call them in and ask them to work with us, and it's always so amazing and beautiful to have such a unique experience with each person or
Yeah.
each group of people that we're working with. It's
Yeah, it's always very surprising to us. It's never like the same. It's the same, but not the same. Again, it's that there's that underlying foundation of love and support, and knowing that the universe is supporting us, and then we show up and get out of the way, as you know. And we had a really beautiful ceremony in our sweat lodge, with my family who'd never sat in lodge. I had 6 siblings in there, 4 nieces and nephews, and if you've never done a sweat lodge, it represents going into the womb of the mother, and we cover the lodge with blankets, and it's very dark in there.
And to be a little bit more politically correct, it's a purification lodge.
It's a
We're
purification
not going in
lodge.
there to sweat. We're going in there to get clean.
You will perspire.
You will,
It's a
you will
cleanse.
sweat, but
It is a
the whole
cleanse.
purpose is to cleanse our
Yeah.
mind, body, and our spirits, and come into alignment with our hearts and
Yeah.
love.
Well, I
ultimately.
mean, and what I wanted to share was that, how often do you really sit down with your siblings and have these big opening heart to heart without judgment or you should or why didn't I? But inside that lodge, everyone cracked open in there, and to hear people share from the heart, because you're sitting in complete darkness, so there's no judgment. You can't see, you're not sure who's even talking until you really tune in, and so that was super healing for my family, and this is all happening around the loss of my brother and us all trying to come together to help him, and it really, it's like the loss of Poochie. It opens up a portal.
Yeah, absolutely.
And whenever we lose something, it really is such an opportunity to look at it and look at yourselves and what attachments you have, or what are the gifts that it brought, and so many gifts, and come to that place of wow, this could happen, so I could see this and I could feel this.
Yeah.
And
There's certain experiences that unfortunately have to happen in order for us to really thoroughly get to the next level of where
Yeah.
we're maybe supposed to be. And
Absolutely.
they're not always, I've talked about this before over this last week, they're not always pleasant. It's not always happy, blissful spiritual experiences. Like sometimes, well, they're all spiritual experiences, but they're not all pleasant.
Yeah.
And we get to dive
Yeah.
into the raw emotions and the feelings of what's going on. And I think sometimes people in our society across the world, 7+ billion people on this planet, there's a lot of stuff out there that's created and consumed to not feel. And I'm excited and grateful to see and be with people who are willing and able to want to feel all the emotions and experiences as they come up and they go through them.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to experience these different things. I'm going to have a session with these guys when I can book myself in with them.
Actually, we're ladies, not guys.
I know.
These
We're
ladies.
trying to correct that language.
Okay, these ladies.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, absolutely. These goddesses.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
even getting better.
And because I'm a little over 2 weeks out of hernia surgery, and I'm excited to be part of their healing process as well. And I've had a little experience with that before, but I'm anticipating and excited for some more. And I'd like to keep these videos short and sweet. So thank you so much for joining us here today and allowing people to see a little bit more personable side of you. Like I said, if you want to learn more about what they do professionally, just click on the link below for So Home, or for Maka Mamas, and you can also Google search either one of these guys, and tons of awesome stuff will come up. And we have a great day. And this is my very first bench interview. We're all on this little bench together, so this is the first time I've ever been in the middle. So thank you so much for that experience.
We had a Chris sandwich.
Yeah,
And
we
I
had a
appreciate
Chris
both of you guys, both of you beautiful women, goddesses, very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
And thank you so much for spending time and sharing time with me.
Thank you for taking time
Yeah.
for us
Thanks
too.
for-
We appreciate you so much.
We love you, Chris.
To namaste to both of you.
Namaste.
Namaste.